If you look closely at these MRI scans, you are looking at a cellular crime scene. These tiny white spots, highlighted by the yellow arrows, are the hallmark signature of multiple sclerosis or MS. But diagnosing MS isn't just about finding a random lesion. It's about a concept called dissemination in space. This means the immune system is attacking very specific, classical zones across the central nervous system. Today, we are going to break down the 5 textbook locations every clinician looks for when reading an MS neuroimaging panel. Coming to panel A, the spinal cord, cervical spine. The scan sagittal T2 weighted sequence of spinal cord. What to pinpoint out? Look at the long dark column of spinal cord. The yellow arrow points to a bright white oval spot right at the C3 vertebral level. Why it matters for the video? In T2 weighted scans, water and inflammation light up bright white. Multiple sclerosis lesions in the spinal cord are notorious for causing physical symptoms like numbness, weakness, or bizarre electric shock-like sensation down MS lesions in the spinal cord are notorious for causing physical symptoms like numbness, weakness, or that bizarre electric shock-like sensation down the back known as hermit sign. In the panel B, the periventricular region, axial fluid attenuated inversion recovery sequence. Notice the dark butterfly-shaped fluid spaces in the center of the brain. Those are ventricles. The arrow points to a lesion hugging the edge of the left and right occipital ventricular horn. These are classical periventricular lesions. Flare sequences are brilliant because they turn off the bright signal of normal CSF fluid, allowing these inflammatory plaques sitting right at the border of the brain's fluid chambers to pop out clearly. Coming to panel C, the infratentorial zone, that is cerebellum. The image is axial flare sequence focused lower in the brain. We have dropped down to the base of the skull. The arrow points directly into tree-like structures at the back of the brain, the left cerebellar hemisphere. This is an infratentorial lesion. The cerebellum coordinates balance and smooth movement. While multiple sclerosis strikes this zone, the patient often experiences vertigo, clumsiness, or an unsteady gait, also called ataxia. Coming to panel D, the optic nerve. Here we see coronal T2 weighted fat saturated sequence. This is a front facing slice looking directly at the eyes and optic tracts. The yellow arrow highlights a bright spot burning in the left optic nerve. Notice how the background fat around the eye is darkened. That's fat saturation. Used explicitly so doctors can spot optic neuritis. This lesion explains why one of the most common early warning signs of multiple sclerosis is sudden painful blurriness or loss of vision in one eye. Coming to panel E, the cortico-juxtacortical border. It's a wide axial flare sequence of the upper brain. Look at the outer ribbon of the brain, the cortex, where grey matter meets the white matter. The arrow points to a bright lesion sitting right on the interface of the cortico-juxtacortical region. Juxta means next to. These lesions are right on the firing line where brain's processing units like grey matter connect to its wiring network, that is white matter, frequently impacting cognitive processing speed and memory. So, to diagnose a patient with multiple sclerosis confidently, neurologists rely on strict diagnostic criteria, the McDonald Criteria. They look for demyelinating, that is, separated by both time and space. This image is essentially a perfect visual cheat sheet because it showcases a lesion in every single classical space required to understand spatial distribution of this condition. 1. Spinal cord, 2. Periventricular, 3. Infratentorial, 4. Optic nerve, 5. Juxtacortical.